that Rachelle Bond was culpable for being accessory after the fact and having committed larceny. And it's then and only then that we entered into cooperation.
Do you believe you could have obtained the conviction of Michael McCarthy without her cooperation?
There would have been no prosecution of Michael McCarthy without the cooperation agreement that we made with Rachelle Bond to secure her testimony. And again, we wouldn't make that sort of an agreement with any witness unless we were satisfied to the best of our abilities that the evidence that she was going to, the testimony that she would offer would be truthful. And we concluded that the evidence suggested that she was not the killer, that Michael McCarthy had committed the homicide, and that's why we entered.
Could you elaborate a little bit more on that? You could not have made this prosecution without her testimony because what?
It would have been insufficient to even get the case to a jury. So without Rachelle Bond's testimony about what happened in the apartment on that fateful night, we would not have been able to get to the jury with that question. The evidence, it has to be a quantum of proof that even gets us to a point where a jury can analyze the evidence. We would not have gotten to that point. So look, I have been approached by citizens in Suffolk County in the last several months who have asked me that same question. And I make these decisions very, very carefully, with a great deal of assistance from my team. And we don't enter into these agreements lightly or capriciously or frivolously. We could not prosecute Michael McCarthy, and we would not have been able to hold him accountable without the truthful testimony of Rachelle Bond.
What are your thoughts about the release? That it's something you agreed to. Is that justice? Is that something are you glad that she's getting treatment?
Well, I've never met Rachelle Bond personally myself. David has, obviously Hella has, Kara Hayes, who worked with her closely as our victim witness advocate, lead on the case. They have all communicated to me that they believe that Rachelle Bond is sincere in her desire to remain sober and to kick this terrible scourge, this habit, this addiction, I should say, of using opioids. And we're all hopeful. We're all optimistic. And I've known Attorney Basil for my entire career, and she has also told me how sincere Rachelle Bond is to turn her life around, essentially. She has nobody, and it's a terrible thing that happened, and she had a role in it clearly in the aftermath of it. But now my hope personally, and the hope of my office and the prosecutors and troopers who worked on the case, is that she is clean and sober now, that she stays clean and sober, and that she's able to lead a productive life as a good citizen of our Commonwealth.
With respect to Rachelle Bond and her sentence, in your view, is that justice?
It is justice. I mean, she served nearly 2 years for her role in this matter. She was publicly held accountable in this courtroom. She has to bear the burden of knowing that she had a role, at least in the aftermath of the murder of her own child. That's something that she will a burden that she will carry with her for the rest of her life. Justice is elusive. It's a difficult concept. We all have to conclude our own view on that. In my view, this sentence, coupled with what she will bear now for the rest of her life, justice has been served. The true killer has been held accountable. All right, thank you all very much for